time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey guys, this is Lexi Rodriguez, former Husker and now League One volleyball athlete. League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with our first serve on January 24th, 7 p.m. at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston. Witness history in the making as we take on Love Madison in our first ever home match. Visit lovboma.com for tickets. First serve January 24th. Be there when it all begins. That's lovboma.com for tickets to watch Love Omaha Volleyball. Go Big Red and go Big Green.
Make the 2025 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 17th through Sunday, January 19th. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the 360 blind giveaway, compete in the Big Buck and Monster Shed contest, try the 3D shoot and more. Get tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 17th through the 19th at the Sand Hills Global Event Center. 84th and Havelock in Lincoln, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes. Feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Early break. And I would race to something warm, like just a burger or something that would warm my food.
A burger.
Hold it, I'm having a brain freeze. Someone give me a cheeseburger.
Well, you're Dairy Queen.
Give me a cheeseburger. Burger me.
The Slurpees I got were red raspberry from Dairy Queen, and usually you can get something warm there. Fries. Just give me your fries, quick.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome into the Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos, as always. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. We are live on the Brick and Mortar, but we only got a short segment here. We'll go live till about 7:20, and then around 7:25, we will be ready to go ahead and kick it out to Lincoln Pius. They are tipping off versus Omaha Central. That is 6-5. Omaha Central facing Lincoln Pius at home. Lincoln Pius currently 7-5. We'll have Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman on the call for that one. So we do got about 20 minutes here, though. DeMornay Pierson-El, real quick, I do want to talk about the college football playoffs, but Mike Vrabel, not going to be the Bears head coach. He'll be the Patriots' 16th head coach of New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel. He gets picked up. Thoughts on that, and is that going to be a good fit?
I mean, he understands how to win. We'll see. I mean, he built, something similar to what was in New England. So to bring it back in New England and him understanding being a head coach and everything like that, I mean, the team is still terrible. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just a very safe hire. There's some familiarity with Vrabel. The expectations aren't really high for him, so you can get away with maybe even a couple, not so great years. There's just the expectations are going to be low for him. It's a safe hire. You want to get a guy in there that you're going to have some comfort with a couple of bad seasons. You don't want to get a new guy in there and then just be really worried after those first two bad seasons, because that roster isn't going to go anywhere. I don't care who you have as the head coach. So it's interesting. I don't hate it for the Patriots. I think with the candidates out there, not a bad hire. One more hire that's potential. Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. McCarthy fired. You're hearing that.
How was McCarthy? McCarthy is not fired. His contract extended. He didn't get an extension. That's not fired.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Good.
They just didn't come to terms to renegotiate and get a contract extension. But he wasn't fired.
That's good correction. No, you're right.
But
contract expired.
But with Deion, I don't see it. Jerry's too much in control. It's me. I want to be doing this and this and that. And Prime is not going to let, I don't want to say the shine be elsewhere, but let anybody make decisions for him or tell him what he's going to do. So yeah, you can ask and question and whatnot and get publicity out there, but he ain't leaving. He ain't leaving.
That's where I'm at. I think he's keeping the doors cracked open, but he doesn't have any real intention of opening it. He's not going to go out there and say, I would never want to be the coach for the Cowboys because Jerry Jones is horrible. Like, he's kind of saying some nice things, just keeping the door cracked open, as opposed to slamming it prematurely. I think he's probably going to stay with Colorado, but I think he's willing to take these conversations with Jerry Jones just to get his name out there in the NFL ring. So that way down the road, like, his name's still out there and he's going to have those opportunities. Like, what he's saying about Jerry Jones just feels like fluff. There's no way. You're right. Like, that is the last guy that I would expect to work well under is Jerry Jones. Because Jerry Jones wants control.
He's a micromanager. It's his way or this and that. Like, he's not going to discuss anything. Whatever how he feels is going to be portrayed out there. You're going to have a constant battle between the GM and the head coach and the owner. Like, it's not a good mix. He's going to want somebody that he can control and make a puppet.
Yeah, and we saw that with Colorado, right? And Colorado knew what the deal was. They gave it to Deion, but Deion made that his program right away. And, you can disagree with what he did and how he did it, but I guarantee you Colorado made a hell of a lot more money these last 2 years than they had prior than that. So, like,
easily.
So he's doing it whether you like the way he's doing or not, everybody who's in charge over there at Colorado enjoys the way the football program's going. They're making a lot more money. They're winning a lot more games. Yeah, I know they got blown out by Kansas. Was it Kansas State or Kansas?
BYU.
Oh, that's right. It was BYU at the end there in that conference championship, or in that, was it the bowl game?
Bowl game.
Yeah. Wasn't close. You had Shador and Travis playing in it, but that's not enough to like scrub away what has been 2 pretty successful years. I know last year was tough, but they still got the spotlight. They beat TCU. They fluttered out. This year was a lot better for him. I think he'll stick around with Colorado, even if Shador is gone and Travis is gone. I think he's keeping the door open intentionally, just saying nice things to keep it open. But I don't think he's going to the NFL anytime soon. All right, let's talk about the college football playoffs. You want to talk about Ohio State and Texas, or Notre Dame and Penn State?
Either or. I mean, the Ohio State game was a bit boring. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it wasn't. It was boring as in it wasn't what the first 2 games were. So I guess it was more competitive.
Yeah, Ohio State was like kind of shooting themselves in the foot too. It wasn't necessarily that Texas was like, oh, it was getting exciting through sloppiness at times. Yeah. And like, that's fine. It does make it like a little more exciting, but it's different than when we were watching Oregon and Washington last year. Was Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix. Like, that was just 2 good teams playing really good football. This was Texas not looking their best. And even like Ohio State, it worked out. You got a really cool moment with Jack Sawyer with the, he gets the strip fumble and runs it all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty sloppy getting to that point. Like, Ohio State could have put that thing away early
on and whatnot. Texas has been playing the same way, and you just ran into the wrong team that you make one too many mistakes that you can't come back from. And, it came back and bit them and haunted them.
Yeah, where you at with Quinn Ewers and his stock?
I mean, I think he's a good quarterback.
Good.
I would say late day 2, day 3 type quarterback, depending on system and where he goes and who's going to be the coordinator. So, does he have a high ceiling? Potentially. You wonder about injuries. He's smart. He's athletic. Again, he can make all of the throws and whatnot. Even when he's cold or not having a nice night, he can still get back streaky. So he has a lot of tangibles that you like, but there's a lot of development that you got to add to it. It's got to be the right situation. It's got to be a strong team to where kind of a Russell Wilson situation, 3rd round Seahawks, strong defense, Pete Carroll. Give him, supporting cast and kind of let him build to be something. He's not a Jalen Daniels type situation, a Bo Nix type situation, and everything like that. I think he's definitely has to get to a stronger team to where maybe years down the line he can compete and kind of take over the job.
Yeah, and that's one where he's still going to have an opportunity. It wasn't a great
for sure.
showing. I think what did he go on that game? I want to bring that up because there's other quarterbacks that they would actually rather take what Quinn Ewers had for a performance. Yeah, he was 23 for 39, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 283 yards on the day. Will Howard 24 for 33, 289 yards. He had a touchdown, also had a pick as well. But on the other side, Penn State, Notre Dame, Drew Aller. I mean, it looked like he got scared at a point where he really didn't want to throw another interception. But Jay Foreman said it on Sunday. It's like, man, I understand you want to throw an interception, but you're not throwing completions either right now. He wasn't hitting anyone.
Penn State quarterback?
Yeah. Drew Aller.
He's the reason they lost the game.
Yeah, it was terrible. I feel bad for him, but oof.
If he makes 3 throws better than how he threw the ball, Penn State walks out of there with a 10-point lead. The one interception that he got saved on that was a PI. 1, you threw it short. 2, you threw it, you just kind of floated it instead of either putting it on a string or letting your guy go get it in the back of the end zone. That's on you. That's not on the receiver. Just Notre Dame saved you. You make that throw. That's a touchdown. It was a touchdown throw early on. I think on the right-hand side of the field. I can't remember exactly when. Same thing. He kind of puts a pretty ball and lets it hang. And it's like, no, like you're throwing the wrong ball. Like that's not where you show off and hang time. That's one it's up and down quick. You put it in a bucket or you let the guy, run in stride with it. And it's just we've seen him make that throw. He has a strong arm. He is mostly accurate at times and everything like that. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't connecting that day. It was the wrong type of throw on certain things, and it really hurt his team. The running game was working strong and everything like that at points and times, but you got to give some type of compliment. Even certain throws were behind guys low and everything like that. It just wasn't a good showing, and it's not that Notre Dame was doing anything specific to do that. Like it's just you not making something happen. And I'm trying to. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer on him because the quarterback is the hardest position. It's not easy and everything like that. Like I said, you make 3 throws better, and that last throw and the interception, you make that throw, out in front of him and everything like that. You still give your chance. You still give your team a chance. But just those 3 throws in the game, if you just complete 2 of those, you're up at least by a touchdown, at least. And that the second one, I mean, the third one, if you do it right, your team might go get it. You might still, march down the field and get in field goal range, and you get out of there with, a touchdown and a field goal, 10 points right then and there. So it just wasn't his best showing. I don't know if the stage was too bright. In the other 2 games, he was making those type of throws. That wasn't,
he kind of was struggling. Boise State, he looked his best. SMU was a really bad start for him again. It wasn't as bad, but they just weren't. It was just the defense that was doing all the work for him. It was quite a few 3 and outs, and he was holding on to it.
Even in the SMU game, the run game didn't really start either. So I mean, they started slowed in. He still got to what he needed to do when they needed a 3rd down conversion. He got it. Whether it was a go ball, whether that's an in breaking route. He was hitting it. It was constant. Same thing with when he played against Boise State. As you said, he looked the best. Mm-hmm. He was to a certain point picking them apart, but he was giving the people a chance and opportunity. And then you go up against a Notre Dame team where honestly y'all were winning. Y'all that's not on James Franklin that he lost that game. Like and people would try and say that. And that's absolutely wrong if they do. It wasn't his fault that they lost the game. Your quarterback literally had the keys, had the victory in his hand, and literally just went away from it.
Yeah, and he was 12 for 23 on the day, only 135 yards, 1 interception. Didn't throw the ball a lot. A lot of it, he just looked again like it was weird. He looks like scared to throw it. I don't know if you've ever played like college football 25. You accidentally hit the button, your finger slips off it, and you accidentally throw a fade. That's kind of what it looked like all night. He was just throwing these balls that were sitting in the air for so long.
You can't do that.
His body language, like he even knew, like I did not have the right touch on that.
And it's like even at times where he was like he threw it. It's like you didn't even throw a laser.
Yeah,
like you threw a floater, and it's like you're a quarterback. You've played long enough. You played at the Division I level. You're the starter at Penn State. You understand different types of fade ball, if it's a go ball and everything like that. Like, how do you let that happen literally at the biggest stage of your career up until this point? So I mean, it's not like the receivers weren't making plays. Like they didn't really get an opportunity to necessarily catch it. Like it's not on their fault. And I'm hard on receivers. Typically, if the ball's in a vicinity, but I'm just like that. Like, come on, quarterback, you got to give them something.
Yeah, I mean, well, when the receiver's got to sit there and wait for the defenders to get around him because it's hanging in the air that long. I mean, then it truly becomes like a 50-50 ball, and you're just kind of praying and hoping at that point. I mean, that's the problem. Those throws got to be you got to throw those on a rope, especially when you're playing in Notre Dame and you're in the college football semifinals. Like, those windows are going to close fast. And if you're throwing up lobs, like it's tough. The pressure, it just felt like it got to him. Speaking of pressure getting to people, someone lost a lot of money yesterday. You know who that guy was.
I wouldn't say a lot of money.
A decent amount. He lost money. A lot might be strong, but he certainly
I would say
Lost
he probably lost about 10 mil.
Yeah. So a lot of money to me, maybe not so much to Sam Darnold.
No, but I mean, as far as like NFL deal, what I think is going to happen, I think he's going to get a 2-year deal extension from Minnesota. It'll be anywhere around $50 to $65 million a deal, something lucrative to where it's okay. We appreciate what you did for us and everything like that. We like you. We kind of want to see where things go. If you play good enough, you could get you either an extended contract to make you our future quarterback. They did the same thing with Case Keenum and Kirk Cousins. Mm-hmm. He's not going to get a 3-year, $100 million deal. But I feel like he probably played better than Kurt, honestly, the whole season. When he was there, their last playoff win is with Case Keenum years ago, the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think they'll offer him a 2-year deal, a 1 year, and what it is a 1 year to prove yourself. If you can redo this again and make us a believer of it, and they'll have a decision to make either with JJ, with either sticking with JJ or turning it over, or saying we're moving off and kind of entering this new rebuild with him moving forward as the quarterback versus the rookie. So they got the money to spend. Like I said, I don't think it'll be $100 million deal. It depends on what Sam wants to do. What's better for you in the long run, or is he more concerned about money right now and I want my pockets filled, or is he more so concerned about his future? Because if he has another year, redeems himself in this same offense and everything like that, you hit next year with a playoff win or two under your belt, a conference championship, maybe under, or a conference, division leader up under your belt and everything like that, then you might get that Baker Mayfield $100 million contract. Or you take, $80 to maybe $90 million deal for a Tennessee, let's say, or a Saints who don't have a quarterback, who their situation is not the same. You don't know who the coach is. It might not be the same offensive scheme that you might not thrive in, and now you could be losing money when if you kind of sit on your hands, you got more money coming. So I think that's what the situation is going to be.
He's definitely got enough on tape where I think for him, he's going to be looking for the best opportunity to continue playing as the starting caliber quarterback, because he's got enough on tape and he'll make enough money. Who do you think's more willing to give a big contract to? Because Brock Purdy's coming up to a contract as well.
Well, Brock Purdy's going to break the bank. They going. It's only 4 other people that are even relatively in the realm of where Brock Purdy is for the quarterback, and 2 of them are Super Bowl winners.
So you're not too worried about the 49ers this year. There was a lot of injuries too.
They're going to pay him. It just depends on exactly what, or they're going to franchise tag him for that year until they can move around other pieces. But but they're going to pay Purdy. You don't ship off Trey Lance and everything that you really got there for just to let a man leave 3 years later or 2 years later. That ain't happening.
Yeah, they're definitely going to sign him. I'm curious what the number is going to be though, and how they work.
I mean, if Trevor Lawrence is getting 55, if Dak is getting 65, the floor is Dak deal. Seriously, I mean,
no, you're right. You're right.
2 Super Bowl appearances, 2 NFC champions. How many divisional conference championships? Again, it's only 4 quarterbacks that then at least made it to that level of a conference championship or won it or a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and him. Oh, and Jalen Hurts. You can put Jalen Hurts, not including him. Jalen Hurts. That's it. And
Good
all
company.
of those dudes, outside of maybe Matthew Stafford, because Matthew Stafford then already made his money, have at least broken the quarterback market. Burrow broke it. Herbert broke it. Mahomes broke it. So, I mean, the trending topic is if you get to the conference championship and a Super Bowl, you're going to break whatever the market is.
Brock Purdy hopes. I think you'll probably get
it ain't no hope. That's what's going to happen. The floor is 65.
Fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with you too much on that one, because your history would tell you you're spot on. All right, final thing, then we do got to get out of here so we can send it out to Lincoln Pius as they take on Omaha Central. Some high school basketball. Nick Stainer, Jay Foreman on the call for that one. Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, college football championship. next Monday. Spread is 9.5 already, favoring the Buckeyes.
I think they're going to roll Notre Dame.
I think so too.
I understand they didn't necessarily look as good as what it is, but I don't think Notre Dame can keep up offensively. You've seen what they did with Penn State, and you struggled.
Well, and Leonard, their quarterback, played horrible too. Like, their quarterback was not, I should say horrible, but it wasn't impressive.
He played awful.
Yeah, and that's a game where you to go back to Drew Aller, it's like, man, you needed to win that quarterback matchup. There's no way you beat that game.
Notre Dame got lucky that they won that game. Penn State fumbled that. As I said, James Franklin, he probably won't sleep right for the rest of the year. But I got Ohio State. I just think Ohio State is the more dominant team. They're operating at a higher level. Their journey has been way more probably way more battle tested than Notre Dame. I understand you went through Georgia. Georgia was hurt. I get that, but you're not a full tail boogie. I mean, you should have lost against Penn State. Indiana, I mean, that was your easiest victory. So I think it's Ohio State. I hate to say it, but I just think that's what it's going to be.
I think it's Ohio State as well, and I know the spread's big at 9.5, but I do think they cover it. Notre Dame just offensively did not impress me, and I do agree with you. Like, that's a game where if you're James Franklin, like, man, you're
they're going to talk about that for the rest of his career.
It's going to be what's on the bulletin board next year from the same position. Like, remember how bad this pissed everybody off. Let's not do that again. Especially if you still got Drew Aller as a quarterback back there. All right, we'll go ahead, get out of here. We'll throw it out to Lincoln Pies for some high school hoops. Good morning, Pierson-El. Appreciate the time as always. We'll do it again tomorrow.